Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is Toad here with, once again, another video. Now, as you can see beneath me, the reptile room is an absolute mess. Here's the reason why. If you guys follow me on Instagram at TheRealPyroToadYT, go check out the Insta. If y'all follow me, y'all may have seen my Instagram story. If y'all saw my Instagram story, you basically see me saying, hey, should I get these two frogs on the Instagram story? They're Amazon milk frogs. In case some of y'all don't know what kind of frog they are, they're Amazon milky frogs. They're $100 each, and I've been wanting milky frogs for so long now. But it's very hard to come by adult milky frogs. So long story short, I ended up getting some milky frogs, and that's part of the reason this reptile room is just an absolute disaster. As you may be able to see here, I've got a whole tub full of different sorts of plants. Reason why is I actually bought some plants, but then some of these plants have been taken out of this cage. Now, some of y'all may see this cage in the background of my videos. I don't ever film it because it's not really my favorite build that I've ever done. It needs a good rescaping, if that makes sense. As you can see, though, I've been stripping this enclosure. So I'm basically in the long grueling process of taking out all the substrate, taking out the water, and all that fun stuff, and getting it set up for these milky frogs. Come over here, I'm going to show you guys our new pickups. These are the two Amazon milky frogs. I got them at the Lone Star Reptile Expo this weekend, actually. I'm absolutely in love with these guys. They're gorgeous. I've been wanting milky frogs for so long. So long, but I don't ever want babies, and that's all I can ever find. I was lucky enough to find two adult male milky frogs. Now that I've gotten my hands on two adult male milky frogs, I want to also get some females and potentially do a breeding project. But that'll be a whole nother video and a whole nother time. For now, we need to worry about getting these guys right here set up in that enclosure. There's not much to it. I'm just going to put the camera down, clear out this enclosure, go outside, hose it off, clean it out really well, and then get these plants going, and I'll show you all how I'm going to set it up and all that good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this space has been cleared out. There is currently no enclosure. I have it outside to air dry because it's already getting kind of dark out. It's like 7 o'clock right now, and I just worked, and I've got all this to pick up. So I will catch you guys all in the morning when I finish off this build, or sometime in the afternoon when I finish off this build, get the plants in, and all that good stuff. So yeah, guys, I will see you all here in a little bit. Well, good morning, y'all, or I should say good afternoon. It is currently like 5:27, as you can see there. So it is getting quite late. We got to get to work, but before it gets dark out, because I got a lot to do. As you can see, the reptile room still remains a disaster, but we're gonna get that cleaned up. The first thing we need to work on is getting this cage foamed up. So the previous foam I used was just not a good foam. I got a new foam that I've been using and I've stuck with, and it works way better. Now remember, I built the background in this cage when I was like 10, so it's been quite some time, and I didn't know exactly how to build these enclosures as good back then, but now we've got some new fresh foam. All we're going to do is just foam the background, not too much to it. You already know how I do it, so I'm just going to foam it. I'll catch up with you guys once it's foamed. I'm not going to go through filming the whole process of me foaming or anything. Just know you got to get some cork, put the cork in, foam it, and then add the dirt on top. That's it. So I will catch up with you guys here in a few minutes after I foam this background. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it is looking. I'm liking the way it looks. Lots of ledges for the milky frogs to rest and jump from. That's going to be very important with the milky frogs. Another couple things is I got a planting spot right there, one right there, and then I can also put bromeliads in the background and on some of these spots. So I've got plenty of options when it comes to planting. I've even got room down there, and then of course I've got room for the bottom part once we get that all set up. But now we're going to let this sit for a few hours, and I'll catch up with you once it is dry. Meanwhile, while that is drying, I'm going to work on clearing a bunch of this out. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it is looking so far. So what I've been doing is carving the background. Y'all already know a lot of what I do with these builds, but just so y'all know, I've carved the background. I'm now adding my silicone across the parts that I carved that you can see there. Gonna smear it, add some of that dirt on there to help, touch it up a little bit, and then we'll get ready to set the frogs up in the enclosure. Now look at how much better it looks. So all the parts that we carved that were a bit shiny originally are now concealed, as you can see, and they have silicone all over them, so it looks a whole lot better. This cage is already looking super dope, tons of branches. This is honestly going to be one of my better builds. We've got tons of plants waiting for us to put in this enclosure, so we are not going to slack at all when it comes to planting this enclosure. We're going to make a super dope home for these milky frogs, being that I've been wanting milky frogs for probably 3 years now. I've kept doing research. I've been wanting to perfect my care for them. There are a couple things I'll have to change later on. There's a couple things I'm going to do differently as time goes, but this will be a super amazing setup for Amazon milky frogs. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been about 45 minutes and our silicone is dry. It is all dry and good to go, so that means we are ready to put frogs in it. This is how the enclosure looks right now. Obviously nothing is at the bottom, it's completely bare bottom. We've got our UVB lighting, being that milky frogs require UVB, and then up here we've got a 100-watt daylight bulb that puts off just enough heat to give them a little bit of a warm spot, which milky frogs once again require. Now what we're going to do is, with the bottom here, we're going to add a good 3-inch layer of hydro balls, and then a bunch of substrate, leaf litter, moss, all that good stuff to make a good healthy substrate for the frogs and the plants. Now once we've done that, it's time for the fun part, and that's going to be planting the enclosure, getting moss in the background, and making it look just absolutely epic. I sure hope that transition was cool, because now my camera is so dusty. Now it's time to cut and add our mesh. Basically what this mesh is going to do is go over the top of those drainage layers to separate the substrate from mixing with the drainage layer, and then we'll add our plants. So let's just cut this mesh, add our substrate, and then add our plants. Now for those of y'all wondering what substrate I'm using, it's kind of my own personal ABG, if you will. First, I use this Zilla Jungle Mix right here. Really good stuff. This is almost exactly what you need in the first place. So I really like this Jungle Mix. That's going to be the key component. Then I add a good amount of Reptile bark. I love this stuff. The reason why I like the Reptile bark is it keeps from the substrate compacting on itself. When you have substrate that gets super compact, it'll crush the roots and then your plants will smother and die. So that's why you want a more fluffy substrate that's not going to get super compact super easily. And then the other thing I add is some sphagnum moss and some leaf litter. Then I'll add more leaf litter on top. That's basically what I do so far. Now normally I'll add sand. Currently I am out of sand. So one other thing I'd recommend you add is some play sand to it, just a little bit. That'll also help keep it from getting compact. But yeah, that's our substrate, basically my own personal ABG. Really good stuff. I also forgot to mention I added a little bit of Reptile chip down there. The Reptile chip I just use just for decoration and for a little bit extra humidity. So that's pretty much it. That's the substrate I use. Now that we've got our substrate in, it is officially time to get planted. Well, holy smokes, guys. When I plant these enclosures, I just go insane. I just lose my mind. I get lost in building these insane enclosures, as you can see. Wow, this thing is mind-blowing. Honestly, it's probably one of my best enclosures that I've done. I'm not even joking. Some of the plants are kind of flopped over. Don't worry. If they survive after the first, being planted in here, then they'll eventually stiffen up, grow back how they need to. So don't worry about things like this here. Do not worry, I assure you. We've got so many different species of plants. We've got bromeliads here. We've got some butterfly plants. Whatever this plant is, we've got another plant. This is just insane, and I haven't even gotten moss in it, guys. I'm about to get moss in this tank. Once I get the moss in here, then we'll get the frogs in, we'll be good to go. Guys, I am truly freaking out. Keep in mind, it has been about 2 years that I've been wanting Amazon milky frogs, and I've just never been able to get them. One, because of their price, and two, because I want adults. I don't want babies. But just giving you all a little sneak peek. Look at how good they're going to look in this enclosure. These 2 males are going to have plenty of room. Lots of places to hide, as you can see. We added some moss in here. We got some pillow moss. We got some sheet moss. And a bunch of different plants. So guys, we're going to put our little Amazon milky frogs in their new homes. Here's one. Look at how adorable that little guy is. Let's get him in better lighting here. He's just looking right at you. Alrighty, go free, buddy. We'll let him have the option. He sees a whole vast environment waiting for him. Looks like he's ready to go. Go, buddy. Let's put him on a branch. How's that sound? He looks like he's a little... Go. You better grab on. There he goes. Look at that. Alrighty, so we've got our other one here. His toe pads are absolutely gorgeous. Oh, there he goes. He's ready to go. Let's see if we can get him to jump out onto his enclosure. Go, buddy. Go. There he goes. Oh, and into the water. There he goes. And he's gone. There they are, guys. They are just enjoying their enclosure. The other guy down here in his water bowl. They've got a very large water bowl, so they'll have plenty of swimming space, and then of course lots of plants and whatnot. Guys, it is about time that I run you guys through a little montage. How's that sound? Well, let's close it up. These guys have had a very long week, being at an expo and all that good stuff. So we're going to close up the enclosure here, leave them be for today. Look at this, guys. I'm just randomly picking up my camera, and one of our crested echo babies is hatching out of his egg. Just to think, that big old head, that big old gecko came out of that little egg. You know he's probably a bit cramped up and sore after that. Alright, so we're here with our little hatchling. We're waiting for the other egg to hatch out. Now, keep in mind, this video, this clip of me finding this gecko and waiting for this other egg is just going to be thrown in one of my videos. It's just going to be kind of random. I'm not going to, this is not going to be a whole video to itself, I don't think. But we're going to put him in this little setup here. This will be his setup until he grows up a little bit more. Then he'll go into a 12 by 12 by 18. And so on and so forth. We just got some moss, some springtails, leaf litter, big old plant, and then of course I'll put his food and all that in here in a little bit. He's not going to need to eat quite yet because he's still got some of his egg sac to eat off of. So we're going to basically put that little guy in there, and I'll give y'all a closer look because this one is a pretty one. So here he is, a very pretty gecko, the first hatchling of the year. We are going to just let him go in his little enclosure. So that's how big he is, so he's got plenty of space for now. But he is a very pretty gecko. First hatchling of 2020. Also, ladies and gentlemen, one more thing I thought I would mention for you guys is those crested geckos that are hatching out and some other ones I will be having are going to be for sale in a couple weeks as long as they look healthy and they do well on Amo Exotics. So you guys got to go check out Amo Exotics if y'all want to get first dibs on the geckos. I will also be having some baby sulcata tortoises. I know you guys love sulcatas. Everybody loves baby tortoises. They're so adorable. I'll also be potentially having some of those if I don't sell out. So definitely keep checking the website day by day, and I'll of course keep y'all updated on my videos. Go check the website day by day, and I will definitely have some animals up there. So if you want to purchase an animal from me, it'll be coming directly from me. My crested geckos, my hatchlings, and they'll get shipped overnight to your doorstep. So definitely take a look at that. Amo Exotics LLC, linked in the description. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently shutting off all the lights in the reptile room, getting them in their designated colors and places. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately for you guys, today's video is coming to an end. I really hope y'all enjoyed this setup and this video overall. I am still so excited that I got Amazon Milky Frogs, a frog that I've been wanting for so very long. But since that is it for today's video, you already know the drill. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Like this video, lets me know how I did if y'all enjoyed. Also, make sure to subscribe. Subscribe down below. Make that little red button turn gray. Once you've liked and subscribed to this video, go check out Amo Exotics, where I have animals for sale if you're looking to purchase from me. I'm going to have more as time goes, so definitely go check out Amo Exotics. And lastly, but most certainly not least, go follow my Instagram, TheRealPowerToadYT. I'm posting about this stuff. You may get sneak peeks, behind the scenes looks, a video that I may be doing. So go check out my Instagram, TheRealPowerToadYT. And ladies and gentlemen, once you've done all those things, y'all are free to go to the next video. Let me know though, down in the comments, did you enjoy this video? Do you enjoy the frogs? And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.